I don't even know what you're talking about. He just was born into it.
You're a car salesman when you started in the business.
No, I was not a car salesman. I was a used car manager. That's a little, one step ahead of a salesman. And I met a guy named Roy Clark, still alive today, in late 90s. Wonderful guy, worked all his life as an extra. And in the latter part of his life, I'd say after he hit 45 or 50, he started trying to do stunts. And he was an average stuntman. He wasn't a great one, but he was a good average stuntman, all-around utility man. Could do just about anything they asked for. And he came by one day to buy a car, and I was lucky enough to meet him and got him into a new Mercury. And then he used to come by every week and say hello to me and have lunch and say, why don't you come over to the studio and watch some days? And I said, well, I don't know how to get in and so forth. And he said, well, we're going to shoot a picture with Mamie Van doing a Western next week. And he said, I'll leave a pass for you at the gate. So he called me and said, I got a pass at the gate, come on out. Well, I was in a suit and tie, and I went out, and it was Mamie Van Dorn, and the guy that did this stunt, I don't know his name, and you might remember his name later on when I tell you that story. He wore a toupee, and it was a bull rider, rodeo, and he mixed his own stuff up, put the toupee on. He put flour and water together for a glue to put on his head. And when he would ride bulls, the bucking bulls, the thing used to fly out. So everybody loved him and talked about him, and I met him. He was a stuntman, and he was a stuntman on this show. And he said, Ted, he said, your size and everything, have you ever done anything athletic? And I said, the only thing I've ever done athletic is I played football at Oklahoma, and I did a little boxing. And he said, I think you could make it. He said, why don't you go down and get a card and get an extras card and start in the studios and see what it's like to work as an extra. Well, I didn't do that. I watched another show the guys were putting on with Mamie Van Dorn, and the first assistant director was called Howard Koch, who later became the president of Paramount Studios. And they had a guy riding up on a horse, and he was roped a guy that was standing on the porch, and doubled the rope around the saddle horn and jerked him off the porch. Well, he rode up 5 times and missed him 5 times, and the guy's standing still, completely still. And Howard Koch was screaming at him and said, we can't waste any more money. Why can't we get this done? And the guy, Roy Clark, that brought me out, walked over to him and said, see the guy over there in the suit? He said, yeah. I said, he can do that. So he called me over and he said, can you rope? And I said, yeah, I can rope. And he said, where do you come from? I said, Texas. He said, well, I'm going to send you down, get your clothes changed, put the same clothes on, and get back up there. So they sent me to wardrobe. This was all in about an hour. I came back, got on the horse. I didn't know the first thing about what I was supposed to do other than ride up on the horse, rope this guy, and dally around the saddle horn, and jerk him off the porch. Well, he comes running down the porch, and I come up on the horse, and I'm really hotling. I came up and I threw that rope, and I got it around his waist. I dallied on the horn, I jerked him 6 feet in the air. And Howard Koch said, well, that's great, but you nearly killed the actor. That was my indoctrination into stunt business and the motion picture business. And from that, he got me in the Extras Guild, and I worked there for a week and a half before I gave him back their card. Because they let me lead a goat for a week and a half. My wife wouldn't let me come in at night because I stink so bad. So I quit. But that's how I got started in the business.